In this video, we are going to be solving the UNEB UCE past questions, even as you prepare for your 2022 exams. Now, this is a previous past question, and we are going to be treating each of the questions. Now, question 1 says, if 7 raised to power y is equal to 24, find the value of y corrected to 2 decimal places. Now, for you to solve this, so 7 raised to power y is equal to 24. So the best thing you need to do is to take the logarithm of both sides. So I'll do log 7 raised to power y is equal to log of 24. Now, you should know from the rules of logarithm that when you have log, x raised to power b is the same thing as b log x. Okay? So having known this will now be y log 7 is equal to log 24. So therefore, we'll make y the subject of the formula. This will be log 24 all divided by log 7. So when you punch log 24 in your calculator, you are going to get 1.382 all divided by, I think 1.3802 all divided by, this will be 0.845. So when you do this divided by this, you are going to get 1.635, which is approximately to 2 decimal places 1.64. Final answer. So that's exactly how to solve question 1. Now, in order to solve question 2, it says two sets A and B in the universal set E are that A intersection B is equal to 3 and B is equal to 5 and A complement is 7. Use a Venn diagram to find A union B. Now, let's draw our Venn diagram. Okay, so this is my A, and this is going to be my B. So this will be my A, and this will be my B. Now, notice it says A intersection B is 3, so here it's going to be 3. Now, if B is 5, so to get B, you're going to do that. For you to get B only will be n of B minus n of A intersection B, which will be, this will be 5 minus 3. That means B only will be 2. Now, it says A complement is 7. Okay, so take note of that. Then, now this is going to be our A union B complement. That's all the things that are not in A combined with B. Now, let A union B or complement, let it be X. Okay, so from here we can see that our A complement is 7. Now, A complement means those elements that are not in A but can be found in the universal set. That's 7 is equal to, so I think it's going to be equal to X, which is also here, plus elements that can be found in B, that's 2. Therefore, X will be 7 minus 2, which will give us what? 5. So that means our A union B complement is equal to X, which is equal to 5. Question 3 says, in the diagram below, the line ROS cuts the x-axis at R and y-axis at S. Determine the equation of the line ROS. Now, notice the points at which it cuts this at S, y, it's going to be x here is 0, y is what? 4. So let's call this x1 and y1. So at this point, we'll call this x2, y2, and this is going to be at x is minus 2, at y is 0. So for us to determine the equation of the line, you know that the equation of line is equal to what? Y is equal to mx plus c, where m is our slope. So let's get our slope, where our m is supposed to be change in y, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now, our y2 is 0 minus 4 and our x2, it's minus 2 minus 0. This is going to give us our m is going to be minus 4 over minus 2, and that will give us 2. Now, having gotten our slope, our y will be equal to, that's 2x plus c. So in order to get our c, which is our intercept, we need to solve this equation at x comma y being 0 comma 4. So from here, our y is 4 and x is 0. So we are going to put this into the equation. So this will be 4 is equal to 2 times 0 plus c. And from here, you can get your c as 4. Therefore, you can represent your equation to be y equal to 2x plus 4. So this is the equation of your line. So if you are just coming to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and don't forget to click on the notification bell so that you can get more videos from us. Question 4 says, express 0.8454 as a fraction. Now, let's equate x to be 0.84545. Okay, so if you multiply both sides by 100, we're going to have 100x will be what? That's 0. Okay, this would be now be 84.545. So I'm going to call this my equation 1, and I'll call this my equation 2, and I'll say equation 2 minus 1. So this is going to be 100x minus x is equal to 84.545 minus 0.84545. Now when I do 100x minus x, I'm going to get what? 99x is equal to, now when I do 84.545 minus 0.84545, this will give me 83.7. Now from here, x is going to be what? 83.7 all divided by 99. Now in order to divide this, I'll take out the decimal place by multiplying both up and down by 10. So this will be times 10 times 10. So this is going to give me 837 over 990. Now, what can divide across both? I think 9 can go for both equations. So when you reduce this 9 into 83, we're going to have 9 into 83, we're going to have 9. Remember, 9 into 27 is going to be 3, and 9 into 990, it's going to give us 11. So our final answer, it's 110. Now question 5 says the coordinate of points A and B are minus 5 and minus 3 and 1, comma 9. So this should be comma. Okay, so respectively, find the midpoint of AB. Now, in order to find the midpoint, first of all, you need to know that for your midpoint, x comma y is going to be x1 plus x2 over 2, comma, and y1 plus y2 all over 2. Okay, so in order to evaluate this, we're going to check this is our x1 and this is our x2, this is our y1 and this is our y2. So this is going to be minus 5 plus 1 all over 2, comma, and this will be minus 3 plus 9 all divided by 2. Okay, so this is going to give us this will be 1 minus 5, that's 4 over 2. This is going to give us 2, comma, this will be 6 over 2. Okay, this is going to be minus 2, while this will be 6 over 2, that will give us 3. So this is our midpoint, final answer. Now, in order to solve for the length of AB, length. Now, to find the length of a line with 2 points, your length is going to be square root of x2 minus x1 all squared plus y2 minus y1 all squared. Now our length is going to be, we're going to put in our values. Our x2, it's 1 minus 5 all squared plus, this is going to be 9 minus 3 all squared. So our length is going to be square root of, now this is going to be 1 plus 5, that's 6 squared, that's 36 plus, now this is going to be 9 plus 3, that's 12 squared, it's going to give us 144. Okay, so from here we can now do L will be equal to square root of, when you sum these two up, you are going to get 180, and L will be square root of 180 is going to give us 13.416. So that's our final answer. Question 6 says the function is defined as f of x, which is this is supposed to be 3 raised to power x. So we're going to correct the question. So this is 3 raised to power x minus 2x. Determine the range if the domain is 0, 1, 2, 3. Now, in order to get the range, all you need to do is find f of 0 for this domain. So f of 0, you have 3 raised to power 0 minus 2 times 0. This is going to give us, this is 1 minus 0, which is 1. When you look for f of 1, it's going to be 3 raised to power 1 minus 2 times 1, which is 3 minus 2, and that's 1 again. When you find f of 2, this is going to be 3 raised to power 2 minus 2 times 2, which will be 9 minus 4. That will give us 5. Then when you find f of 3, this is going to be 3 raised to power 3 minus 2 times 3, which will be 27 minus 6, and that will give us 21. So from here, the range is going to be, now you pick 1 once, 5, and 21. So that is the range of the domain. Now the next question says an open cylinder has a length of 15 cm and radius of 7 cm. Calculate the surface area of the cylinder. Now in order to solve this question, for the total surface area of a cylinder, now assuming the cylinder is closed, okay, now the surface area would be 2 pi r squared, because you have a circle here, plus, and you're going to have 2 pi r h. But now, since one part of the cylinder is open, we are going to use only one here. So total surface area of open cylinder, that means one part is closed, will now be pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. So with this formula, we'll be able to solve. Now, assuming both cylinders are closed, we would have used 2, but now we are using 1. Now this means pi r is common, which will now be into what? That will be r plus 2h. So we'll be putting in our formula, that's 22 over 7 times our radius is 7 into 7 plus 2 times 15. So 7 is going to cancel at 7. You have 22 into 7 plus 2 times 15 is going to give us 30. So this is going to give us 22 times 37. Now when you multiply 22 by 37, you're going to get 814 cm. Remember, you're looking for area, so it's going to be 814 cm squared. Now, if this is your first time of coming to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell to get more videos from us. Now, we are solving the UNEB past questions, and as you're preparing for your exam this November, these questions are going to help you. Now, Question 8 says, given that A is this and B is this, find the magnitude of A plus B. Now, A is this and B, A is 4 minus 5, B is equal to what? 3A. Therefore, let's find A plus B, which will be A plus, now B is what? 3A, and this is going to be what? 4A. So 4A will be 4 multiplied by 4 times minus 5. Now this is going to give me 4 times 4 is 16, and 4 times minus 5 is 20. Now the magnitude of A plus B is now going to be, remember A plus B is the same thing as 4A, it's now going to be 16 square plus minus 20 all square, the square roots. That's how you find the magnitude of a vector. So this is going to be 16 square, it's going to give us 256. So this will be 256 plus 20 square is going to be 400. So this will be this, and this will be square root of, when you sum these two numbers up, you're going to get 656. And square root of 656 is going to give you 25.61. So our final answer is 25.61. Question 9 says, Apili has 20 million shillings on a fixed deposit account in a bank. The bank gives a compound interest at a rate of 4% per annum. Calculate the amount Apili will receive after 2 years. Now, one of the easiest way to solve compound interest is to apply the formula A equal to P into 1 plus R over 100 all raised to power n, where P, it's your principal, and R is your rates, and N, it's your time. Okay, so having established this, A is going to be, this will be 20 million into 1 plus, this will be 4 over 100 all raised to power n. So A is going to be 20 million all multiplied by 4 over 100 is going to give us 0.04. So this will be 1.04. Sorry, then raised to power n, our n is what? 2. So this is going to be, when you punch this on your calculator, you are going to get 21,632,000. So this is the amount you will get after 2 years. Another second way you can solve this question is to solve the simple interest, then add the your interest to the capital and use it to solve for a consecutive second year. So question 10 says the volume of the prism below is 1190 cm cube, and AB is equal to HCM, BC is equal to 10 cm, and CD is equal to 14 cm. Now it says find the value of H. Now I want you to first of all understand that this is a triangular prism, and the area, okay, the volume is going to be area of base times the height. Okay, so first of all, it's a triangular prism. Don't get yourself confused that this is a rectangular prism. No, it's a triangle, and the base is a triangle. So our volume is going to be half times base times height for the triangle, times then the height, which is now the rectangle. Now this will be 1190. It's going to be half times the base of the triangle, that's 10 times H, then times the height of the triangle here. Let's say this is height of the rectangle and this is height of the triangle. Let's differentiate the two heights. Okay, so times the height of the rectangle, it's 14 cm. Okay, so 2 is 1 here, 2 here, it's going to be 5. So we are going to have 1190 is equal to 5 multiplied by 14, it's going to give us 70H. Therefore, H is going to be that's 1190 all divided by 70. 0 cancel your 0. 119 divided by 7. 7 into 11, you're going to have one whole number. And 7 into 49, you're going to have 7. So this is going to be 17 cm final answer. Now, like I said, if you've not subscribed to this channel, we are going to be solving a whole lot of UNEB UCE questions in preparation for your exam. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and even as we bring you more videos. This question says, show that point A, that's minus 3, 2, B, 3, 1, and C, 5, 2 lie on a straight line. Now, the first thing I want to do is, this is what my straight line looks like. So we want to show that point A, point B, and point C lie on this straight line or on this plane. Now, one of the things you need to understand is for these 3 points to lie on a straight line, their gradients must be same. So you can either call it gradient or you call it slope. So all we need to do is to calculate the gradient of line. We'll calculate the gradient of line AB. Then we'll also calculate the gradient of line BC. Then we will calculate the gradient of line AC. So now let's test whether their gradients are going to be the same. Now, line AB, to calculate the gradient, you need to recall that your formula for gradient is that's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now, considering points A and B, it's going to be our y2, it's 1, that's 1 minus 2 all over, this will be 3 minus 3. Now, this is going to give us 3 over, that's 1 plus 2, that's 3. 3 plus, this will be 6, and this will give us 1 over 2. Now, let's test for line BC. Now, for line BC, it's going to be, we have 2 minus 1 over 5 minus 3. Now, this is going to give us 1 over 2. Now, let's test for line AC. So, for line AC, it's going to be what? That's 2 minus 2 all over that. 2 minus 2 all over. Then we'll have 5 minus 3. Now, this is 5 minus 3. So, this is the same thing as 4 over 8, which is the same thing as 1 over 2. Now, you can see that line AB, the gradient of line AB is equal to line BC is equal to line AC. Therefore, they are on a straight line, and as easy as that, you are going to get all the 6 marks for this question. So the next question says we should solve this question, which says 2 points M and N have position vector 3, minus 1 and minus 2, 5 respectively. If P is a point such that 3MN is equal to MP, find the coordinates of P. Now, this is a vector question. One of the things you need to understand while solving vector question is, first of all, you need to get a reference point. Now, this is our vector M, so I'm going to call it ON, where O is our reference point. ON is 3 minus 1, and our ON is going to be what? Minus 2 and 5. So, having these two vectors, now the question says 3MN is equal to MP. Now, in vector analysis, when you have MN, you're going to have, with the reference point, it's not going to be ON minus ON. Now, when you have MP, it's not going to be, recall that P, it's a vector on its own. It's not going to be what? Maybe we'll have P with the reference point is going to be OP. So this is going to be what? OP minus ON. Now, having established this, we are going to put in the values. So this is going to be 3 multiplied by, what's our ON? It's minus 2 and 5. Then this will be minus, OM it's 3 minus 1. Okay, so this is going to be equal to, now OP is what we are looking for. So we are going to just write it as OP. Subtract, now OM is what? 3 minus 1. Okay, so in order to do this more, this is going to be, we call this all in brackets so you don't get confused. This will be 3 into, this will now be, when you do minus 2 minus 3, you are going to get minus 5. Then here you're going to do 5 minus minus 1. That's going to give you what? 6. So this is going to be equal to, here's going to be OP minus 3, and this will be minus 1. Okay, so from here we can say 3 times minus 5 is going to give us minus 15, and 3 times 6 is going to give us 18. So I'll put this here is equal to, I have my OP minus 3 all into minus 1. Now, having this vector looking in this form, the next thing you need to do is to collect like terms. Now, in collecting like terms, minus 15, 18 will come here, while you're going to have plus, this will now come over, that's 3 minus 1, which is equal to what? OP. Now, if you are to evaluate this, 3 minus 15 is going to give you what? That's minus 12. And recall this is 18. This will be 18 minus 1 is going to give you what? That's 17. So OP, O our reference point, and P our vector is going to be minus 12 and 17. So therefore, when you want to represent P, P will now be equal to, okay, so I'll put it as minus 12 comma 17, or I can decide to okay, whichever way, this is our answer. Now, as easy as that, you can solve this vector question. Now, if this is your first time of coming to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to click the notification bell so that you can get more videos. If you are just joining us, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click on the notification bell as we solve the UNEB Maths past questions. Now, the cost C of a roll of cloth is partly constant and partly varies as the square of length L of the cloth. The cost of a roll of 50 meters is 50,000. The cost of a roll of 80 meters is 96,800. Question A says, form an equation relating the cost C and length L. The cost of a roll of cloth is partly constant. Now, since it says it's partly constant, we're going to say that's the cost, which is C, it's equals to K1. Now, it says the cost also partly varies the square of length L. That's C partly varies the square of the length. So we're going to call this K2. So from here, you can see that C is equal to this and C is also equal to this. So we're going to do C will be what? K1 plus K2 L squared. Having established this, the question says at L equal to 50 meters, C is 50,000. So we are going to build the relationship for that equation, and that means 50,000 will be equal to K1 plus this will be K2 all multiplied by 50 squared. So we are going to call this 50,000 is equal to K1 plus 50 squared is going to give us 2,500. So this will be 2,500 K2. So we are going to call this our equation 1. So let me rule my line. So now the second one says L is equal to 80 meters and C is equal to 96,800. So I'm going to do 96,800 is equal to K1 plus K2 all multiplied by 80 squared. So this will be 96,800 is equal to K1 plus 80 squared is going to give us 6400 K2, and I'm going to call this my equation 2. So we need to solve equation 1 and equation 2 and get our K1 and our K2 to be able to get the equation with the relationship. Now, okay, so this is supposed to be equation 2. So I'm going to say equation 2 minus 1. Now, this is our 2 and this is our 1. So for us to do equation 2 minus 1, 96,800 minus 50,000 is going to give us 46,800. K1 minus K1 is 0. 64 K2 minus 25 K2 is going to give us 3,900 K2. Therefore, our K2 will be 46800 divided by 39. Now, when you divide this, it's going to give you, that will give you 12. So, that means our K2 is 12. Now, having gotten our K2, so we'll say put K2 in equation 1. Now, for us to put K2 in equation 1, that means our equation 1 says 50,000 is equal to K1 plus 25. Now, instead of having K2, we're going to write 12. So this is going to be 50,000 is equal to K1 plus. Now, when you multiply 2,500 by 12, you're going to get 30,000. So that means our K1 is going to be, collecting like terms, will be 50,000. Going over, it becomes minus 30,000. So our K1 is 20,000. Now, having established that A says the relationship, now that means our relationship will now be C is equal to K1 is 20,000 plus our K2 is 12, and we'll have L squared. So this is our relationship, and that's the answer to that. Now, question B says calculate the cost of a roll of length 20 meters. Now, for you to find the cost of a roll of length, for L equal to, we're solving for B, for L equal to 20 meters, we're going to apply our relationship. C is equal to 20,000 plus 12 times 20 squared. So this is going to be 20,000 plus 12 times 20 squared is going to give us, that's 400. So this is 20,000 plus 12 multiplied by 400, it's going to give you, that will be 48, and this will be, that is our C is going to be 24,800. Final answer. Now, C says, I says the length of a roll which costs 34,700. Okay, so if cost is 34,700, we want to find the length. Okay, so we'll still use our relationship C, which is 34,700. It's equal to, we have our 20,000 plus 12 L squared. So we're going to solve for L. So we're going to collect like terms. This will be 34,700 minus 20,000. It's equal to what? 12 L squared. So when you subtract the 34,000 from 20,000, you're going to get that will be 14,700, which is equal to what? 12 L squared. Now, when you divide both sides or you find L squared, this is going to be 14,700 divided by 12. So we are going to punch this in our calculator. Now, 14,700 divided by 12 is going to give us what? That's 1225. So from here, we're going to say L will be what? Square root of 1225. And when you do this, you are going to get L to be what? 35 meters. Sorry, here is supposed to be our units. So, as easy as that, you can solve this partial variation question. Now, the truth is, these questions are going to be coming out in your exams, and even as you prepare for them, you can work on these ones. Now, if you have not hit the subscribe button, please don't fail to hit the subscribe button, and also don't fail to click on the notification bell so that you can get more videos from us. We are going to be releasing a set of videos, and we will want you to study very hard for these videos. If you check our other Uganda videos, you are going to see them. We will be solving even as all these questions from at least for the next 5 years, so that you can get more quality videos from us. Thank you and stay tuned. Question 13 says, in a class of 68 students, 2 of them do not eat any of the 3 foods of beef, chicken, and fish. 25 students eat beef and chicken, 19 eat beef and fish, while 23 eat chicken and fish. 38 students eat fish. Some students eat all the 3 foods. Number of students in the class who eat only one of the foods are equal. Question A, represent the given information on a Venn diagram. In order to solve this question, the first thing you need to know, it's the total students. It's 68. So then it says 2 of them do not eat any of the 3 food. That's so when you want to get for beef, chicken, and fish intersection, that's 2. Then it says beef and chicken is 25. So N beef and chicken it's 25. Okay, so beef and fish it's 19. So beef and fish it's 19. Then 23 eats chicken and fish, so chicken and fish it's 23. Now it says 38 students eat fish. Okay, so 38 students eat fish. Some students eat all the 3 foods. Now for students that eat all the 3 food, that will be beef, chicken, and fish. Now we're given that number, so we are going to call it X. So from here, we can draw our Venn diagram. But before I draw our Venn diagram, okay, so let's put a sketch of what our Venn diagram is going to look like. Okay, so that's and that's. Okay, so we are going to call here beef, we are going to call here chicken, and this will be fish. Now recall that X is going to be here. Then for those that do not eat beef, they don't eat any, this is going to be 2. Okay, now beef and chicken, it's going to be 25 minus X. Then beef and fish is going to be 19 minus X. While chicken and fish is going to be 23 minus X. Now, for us to get so for fish only, since we are giving fish to be 38, fish only is going to be 38 minus, now we'll sum up 19 minus X plus X plus 23 minus X. Okay, so this is going to give us 38 minus. Now, when you do 19 plus 23, you are going to get 42. That's 9 plus 3. Okay, you're going to get 42 minus X cancel X, and you're going to have here minus X. Now, this is going to give us minus 4 plus X, which is the same thing as X minus 4. Now, if you recall from the question, it says the number of students in the class who eat one of the food are equal. So this is fish only. So that means if X minus 4 eats fish only, that then beef only will still be x minus 4, and chicken only is also going to be x minus 4. So on my graph, I'm going to do this on my chart. Now this is our complete Venn diagram. So we can use this Venn diagram to solve as many questions as we like. B says determine the number of students in the class who eat all the 3 foods. Now, in order to get the people who eat all the 3 foods, we are going to add everything here and equate it to 68. So I'm going to start with x minus 4 plus, that's this, plus x minus 4 again, plus x minus 4. Then I'll add plus 25 minus x plus 19 minus x plus 23 minus x plus, then the x inside, plus 2 is equal to the total, which is 68. Now, notice x is going to cancel minus x. That's then another x is going to cancel minus x, and x here is going to cancel minus x. So we have minus 4 minus 4 minus 4. That's minus 12 plus 25 plus 19 plus 23 plus, okay, let's bring 2, then plus x is equal to 68. So this is going to be minus 12. Now when you sum 25 plus 19 plus 23 plus 2, you are going to get 69 plus x is equal to 68. So from here, 69 minus 12 is going to give us 57 plus x is 68. Then from here, x is going to be 68 minus 57, and that's going to give us what? 11. So from here, you can see that the number of people who eat the 3 food is 11. So it's the 3 food, all 3 foods. Okay, now, okay, for II, that's beef. It's going to be this will be x minus 4 plus 25 minus x plus x plus 19 minus x. And this is going to give us this is going to be 11 minus 4 plus 25 minus 4, minus 11 plus 11 plus 19 minus 11. Now, when you do 11 minus 4, you are going to get, this will be 7 plus 25 minus 4, it's going to give us 14 plus, you have your 11 plus 19 minus 11, and that's going to give us 8. And when you sum this up, the number of people that eat beef alone, it's going to be what? 40. Then the III, from the question, we're already given number of people that eat fish alone, and that's what? 38. So that solves it. Or you can also sum this up and get your 38. Okay, so it says if a student is selected at random from the class, find the probability that the student eats only 2 foods. Now, only 2 foods from here, you can see it's 25 minus x, 19 minus x, and 23 minus x. So for only 2 foods, it's going to be 25 minus x plus 19 minus x plus 23 minus x. Now, for us to do this, this will be 25 minus 11 plus 19 minus 11 plus 23 minus 11. Now this is going to give us 14 plus 8 plus 12, and the total here is going to be 34. Now, to get the probability,
probability of two foods. It's now going to be 34 over the total, which is the total is 68. Now when you divide this, you're going to see this is 1/2. So as easy as that, you can attempt the Venn diagram question of 3 circles. So if this is your first time of coming to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and also don't forget to click on the notification bell to get more videos. Question 14 says, a car traveling at 12 meters per second accelerates uniformly, and in 3 seconds its velocity is 30 meters per second. It then continues at this velocity for another 4 seconds and finally decelerates uniformly to rest in 6 seconds. Question A says, draw a velocity time graph for the motion of the car. Now, I want you to know that this is a velocity time graph question, and we are going to be drawing this on our graph. So if this is your first time of coming to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and don't forget to click the notification bell. Now, in order for you to draw this graph, we are going to be introducing our graph. Okay, so the first thing I want us to do is we need to do a rough sketch of what this looks like. So I'll draw this. This is what my graph is going to look like. Remember, this is your velocity in meter per second, and this is your time in seconds. So the question says a car traveling at 12 meters per second. So notice it started from 12, like we weren't given the previous information. So and it accelerates to 30. So I'll draw this. Now let's call here 30 and let's call here 12. We are going to be representing this information on the graph. So I'll draw this down. Now recall that this is 3 seconds. Now it's uniform, remember the same velocity for another 4 seconds. So if you add 3 plus 4, you will notice that here will be what, 7 seconds. Then it decelerates to rest, which is 0 level, at 6 seconds. When you add that, this place is going to give you 13. So this is exactly what our graph is going to look like. Now let us do that on our graph. Okay, so this is our graph sheet. Now recall, we are going to be adding our table. It says when x is 0, y was 12. Okay, so that's our first point. Then the second one is when x is 3, this is 30. So if you recall, it accelerated from 12 to 30 at what, 3 seconds. The next one, it's when x is 7, this will also be 30. It maintains uniform velocity for another 4 meters per second. Then when x is now 0, that's when x is 13 seconds, the y drops to 0, which is where it drops to rest. So this is exactly what our graph looks like. Now when you draw your line, okay, so we are going to put our line. This is exactly what our graph looks like. You can see it's a clear graph, and this is exactly the shape it depicts. Now back to our question. You've seen our graph. You also need to know the scale at which the graph is being drawn. So you need to also represent your scale while doing it on your graph sheet. So from here we can now calculate. Now we've seen our graph table. So having drawn our graph, now we're going to be solving for B, which says using your graph determine the acceleration of the car. Now you need to recall that acceleration is equal to change in velocity over change in time, which is recall that from here it moved from velocity of 12 to 30. So the change is going to be 30 minus 12, all divided by, now the change in time is 3 minus 0. So this is 3 minus 0. So this is going to give us 18 all over 3, which is going to give us 6 meters per second square. Okay, so having solved that, now C says calculate the distance traveled by the car in 13 seconds. Okay, so in order to calculate the distance traveled by the car, we need to employ the concept of the shape we are dealing with. Okay, so I'm going to call here, this is shape A, this is shape B, and this is shape C. So distance will be area of A plus area of B plus area of C. So now, okay, for A, knowing that our A is what? A trapezium. So I'm going to depict the trapezium here. Okay, so you know that the height is 3, and here will be 12, and here will be 30. And for you to calculate the area of your trapezium, it's what? Half times sum of the parallel sides, which is 12 plus 30, multiplied by what? The height, which is 3. So this is going to be half times 12 plus 30 is going to give us 42 times 3. So this is going to be 21 times 3, and that's going to give you 63 meters. Now for B is what? That's a rectangle. So we'll draw a rectangle. Now this is 4. If you recall, this is 7 minus 3, that's giving you 4. So here it's going to be, this place is going to be 30. So for your rectangle, you're going to do 4 times 30, that's length times width, which is going to give us what? 120 meters. Now, for C, which is what? Our triangle. Okay, so here it's going to be 6, and the height is what? That's 30. Our area is going to be half base times height. So the base is 6 and the height is 30. So this will be 90 meters. Now for you to get the distance traveled in 13 seconds, so you're going to sum up the areas, which is going to be 63 plus 120 plus 90. And that's going to give you, this will give you, when you sum this up, you're going to get 273 meters. And as easy as that, you can solve this question. Now, let's do a recap. The first thing you need to do is you draw your graph. Then the second thing you need to do, just from the question, you calculate the acceleration. Then in order to get the distance covered, you need to calculate the area of the shape. So for us to solve that question, we were able to split it into a trapezium, a rectangle, and a triangle. Now, as easy as that, you can attempt every velocity time graph question. If this is your first time of coming to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also click on the notification bell to get more of the Maths UNEB videos from us. In this question, we are going to be solving question 15, which is talking about functions. Now, 15a says the functions f of y and g of y are determined as f of y equal to y plus 2 and g of y equal to y minus 4. Find I, f of g of y, and I, f of g of 9. Now, in order to solve for f of g of y, in order to solve for this, we are given that g of y, it's y minus 4 all over 5. Therefore, for us to put f of g of y, we are going to now we'll take this function and put it as y here. So this is going to be y minus 4 over 5 plus 2. So from here, in order to solve this, you need to do an LCM. This will give you the LCM, it's 5. So you're going to have y minus 4 plus 5 into 1 here, it's 5. 5 times 2 is going to give you 10. So this is going to give you y. 10 minus 4 will give you that's plus 6 all over 5. So your f of g of y is equal to this. Now the next question says we should find f of g of 9. Okay, so for you to solve this, all you just need to do is put 9 here, which will be 9 plus 6 over 5. and that's going to give you 9 plus 6 is 15 over 5, and that will give you 3. As easy as that, you can attempt that function question. Now, question B says, if the function h of x is given x minus 4 divided by x minus 2, determine h inverse of x and h inverse of 3. So for us to solve for h inverse of x, there are several steps you need to take. First of all, the function says h of x is x minus 4 all over x minus 2. So I'm going to say let y be x minus 4 over x minus 2. So that's my first step. Now, from here, I'm going to make x the subject of the formula. Now, how am I going to do that? I'm going to cross multiply. This will be y into x minus 2 is equal to x minus 4. Okay, so expanding this bracket, you're going to have, this will be yx minus 2y is equal to x minus 4. So from here, we need to make x the subject of the formula. So we are going to, we will move 4 from this place to this side. This will be 4 minus 2y will be equal to, here will be x minus yx. So from here you can have 4 minus 2y is equal to x into 1 minus y. So you can make x the subject of the formula from here by dividing both sides by 1 minus y, which will give you 5 minus 2y all over 1 minus y. So having solved this, all you need to do is to replace x as h inverse of x, and the answer is, you now do 4 minus, instead of having 2y there, you will now replace it also with x, which will be 2x over 1 minus x. Now this is h inverse of x. So in order to solve for h inverse of 3, this will now be 4 minus 2. I will now put in 3 here. This will be 1 minus 3. So this is going to give us 4 minus minus 2 times 3 will give us minus 6 all over 1 minus 3. Now this is going to give me minus 2 all divided by minus 2. And that will give us what? 1. So our final answer here is 1. And as easy as that, you can solve this function related question. So if this is your first time of coming to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also click on the notification bell to get more videos from us. Question 16 says the table below shows the income tax rates of government employees. Now, if you study the table very well, you can see the several taxable income, their range, and the percentage range. Now, this question says an employee has a gross monthly income of 703,900, including non-taxable monthly allowance as given below. Marriage allowance 126,500 per month. Housing and transport is 15% of gross monthly income. Medical care 48,000 per month. Find his taxable income. Now, the first thing you need to know about calculating taxable income, it's you need to know that taxable income, for you to calculate the taxable income, the formula is always gross minus allowance. Now, having established this formula, now we were given the gross as what? 703,900. Now, allowances includes, this is the marriage allowance, the transport, and the medical care. So for us to calculate his allowance, we are going to sum up. Allowance will be marriage plus we're going to include transport, then plus medicals, the medical care. So this is going to give us the marriage is 126,500. Transport, it's they said 50% of gross, which is 15 over 100 multiplied by the gross is 703,900 plus medical care, it's 48,000. Now this is going to be 126,500 plus calculating 15% of this is going to give us it's going to give us 10,585 plus this will be 48,000. So when you sum this up, you are going to get 280,085. Now recall that this is what his allowance. So remember we're trying to look for what his taxable income. So our taxable income, it's going to be what's the gross? Our gross is 703,900. We'll subtract our allowance, which is 280,085. Now this is going to give us these are units, that's 423,815. So now that is exactly how to calculate your taxable income. Now question B says that we should find his net income. Now in order for you to find his net income, you have to calculate the taxable income for every of the hundreds of thousands. Now the first one says between 100,000 and less than 200,000. So for the first 100,000, you are going to do 10 over 100 multiplied by 100,000. Now notice this is going to give you what? 10,000. So that's the first one. So for the second level, this is going to be 20 over 100. Now notice this is between 200,000 and 300,000. So it's still the same 100,000 here, because the difference between these two is 100. So this is going to give you 20,000. So within this category, he's been charged 20,000. Now here is 30 over 100 multiplied by 100,000. Same thing applies. So within this category, if he's earning within this level, this particular part is going to be charged. Here is going to give us 30,000. Now, if you recall, his taxable income that we got is actually 423,815. So within this level, that's between this level belongs to 400,000 and less than 500,000. So here it's going to be we will need to do 423,815 subtract 400,000, because his taxable income is actually 423. So within this level, we are going to get the required value, which is going to be this will give us 23815. So we are going to be performing the percentage on 23815. So this is going to give us when you do that, you are going to get, this will be 9526. So having gotten this value, so we are going to sum up all the income at every level. So this is 10,000 plus 20,000 plus 30,000 and plus 9526. When you sum this up, you're going to get 625. This will be 9 and this will be 6. So his taxable income is this. And as easy as that, you can attempt this question. Now, to recap this question, first of all, you need to identify each of the levels, which is if he's within this category, just like we said, within this category, his income was 423,815. So here it's 100,000. It's going to be taxed fully. Here 100,000 is going to be taxed fully. 100,000 is going to be taxed fully here. So that is exactly why we got each of them. Here we calculated 10%, here 20%, and here 30%. Now, at the 400,000 level, recall that his taxable income is 423,815. So we are going to subtract 400,000 to get 23815, and we will perform the percentage of that. So you need to sum up each of the taxable income at its level, and you are going to get 69526. Now, this is one of the questions you are going to be expecting in your exam, in the UNEB UCE Maths exam. So it will be wise if you go through this video, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click on the notification bell so that you can get more videos. So question 17 says, in figure ABCD is a square, which is where AB is equal to BC, which is equal to 6 cm, and BG is equal to 4 cm. Calculate A, the length of AF. Now, in order for you to find AF, I want you to know that this is AF. Okay, so you can see the line AF. Okay, so for me to find this AF, I need to look for something like this, AG. Now, if you watch, this will now be a 90 degree, and I can use my Pythagoras theory to solve for my AF. Now, if I bring out this diagram, so for me to find AG, okay, now notice that this is 6 and this is 4. So I need to find AG first. So to find line AG square is going to be the same thing as AB square plus this will be BG square. So AG square is going to be AB square is 6 square plus BG, it's going to be what, 4 square. So this is the same thing as AG square is equal to 36 plus 4 square is going to give us 16, and this will give us what, 52. Now look at this place. From here I can say my AF square is the same thing as AG square plus GF square. So you can see it that way. So I'm going to say AF square is going to be, remember my AG square gave me 52, we did not find the value, so we'll put it like that. Then GF, it's a height of 6 square. So AF square is going to be, this will be 52 plus 36. Now this is going to give me 88. So for me to find my AF, I need to take the square root of 88. And this is going to give me 9.38 cm. And as easy as that, you can solve for AF. Now, to find the angle between the line AF and ABH, all you need to do, this is the line. Okay, I'll call here my A, I'll call here my G, and I'll call here my F. So you can see AF and the plane ABG. So is this plane. Now, recall that our AG here is 9.38 and our FG is 6. So this is the angle we are looking for. Let's call it theta. So for II, we'll say we'll use the sine theta. Recall sine theta is what, opposite over hypotenuse. Recall that here is 6. So this will be sine theta will be 6 over 9.38, which is the same thing at 0.6396 when you do 6 divided by 938. Now theta here is going to be what, sine inverse of 0.6396, and that's going to give you 39.77 degree. Final answer. Now the last part is asking for the angle between ABFE and ABGH. Recall that ABGH is this plane, and ABFE. So we are going to look for the angle here. So look at that. We'll be looking for the angle here. So I'm going to draw out my diagram. I'll call here H. I'll call here A. Then this is my E. Okay. So recall that here is 6. Now also recall that AH is 4. So this is the angle we are looking for. We're going to call it alpha. So let's say for B, to find alpha, we're going to use tan. Tan alpha is going to be the opposite of our hypotenuse, which is what, 6 over 4. And which is the same thing that 6 over 4 is going to give us 1.5. So alpha is going to be tan inverse of 1.5, and this is going to give us
56.309 degree, which is the same thing as 56.31 degree. Okay, so as easy as that, you can attempt this question. So like I said, if you've not hit the subscribe button, don't forget to do it, and click on the notification bell to get more videos from us.